This is Mr. and Mrs. Hedberg, and they have 4 children. Every Monday night, they drive to Bountiful, Utah to visit some of their best friends.
Hey, what's it doing out, huh? You're out of your bed tonight. What's it doing out here, huh? You gonna give us a smile?
Their friends are here at South Davis Community Hospital. Tonight, they get to meet some new friends, and they also see some they know will be here for a long time.
This is Danny Salazar. He's my friend. Hi.
When Danny was 2 years old, he got hit by a car. He's been here ever since, 24 years.
He's an avid sports fan. Yeah. He smoked me in an NFL league this year.
Here's another one. Oh, there's
There
a
it
good
is.
smile. He's the most like our daughter was.
The daughter Annie is talking about is Kaylee. When Kaylee was only 18 months, she accidentally choked on some playground equipment. The doctors had to put Kaylee on life support. They told Annie she would always be on those machines, and she would sort of just be asleep all the time.
At the time of her accident, I was a single mom and had to make the decision to take her off of life support, and the doctors told me that she would most likely pass away at that time. She didn't. Remarkably, she lived. It was very shocking and amazing to all of us that Kaylee lived when we took her off of life support.
Kaylee was hooked up with all these tubes to breathe and have food, and she needed someone with her almost all the time. Kaylee lived for 4 years after her accident, and then died.
After Kaylee passed away, it left such a huge hole in our lives because our world revolved around her, and we wanted our children to continue to have this experience and to be around these amazing children, and that's why we're here.
The point of this meeting is to talk about our observations so far, make sure that we're all on the same page with our plan.
This is Nancy Murphy. She's very nice and a very good doctor, and she's what they call the attending physician at South Davis. She works with all the nurses and therapists and staff, and she checks on all the children and talks to their families.
Wow, you are having a happy day.
Are you happy with this care here? Are there things that we can be doing better, differently?
Experience of caregiving becomes so encompassing that parents lose their opportunity to parent, to love, to nurture, to play, to bang with the cups in his hands that he so loves to do because we're so worried about suctioning and feeding and doing all the other things. So facilities like this take the burden of medical caregiving off of parents' shoulders so they can play and nurture and have fun. Good morning, Karen. Hi, boo-boos.
All the kids at South Davis are here for different reasons, and they stay here for different times, as you will see.
Where's Karen's eyes? There they are. What about Abby's eyes?
Karen is 8 years old. She is here because of something called non-accidental trauma, but it really means Karen's mom hurt her very bad one day, and her mom is in prison now. Abby is Karen's social worker.
You gotta reach up high. You gotta reach up high.
At first, Karen was in a sort of coma that lasted for months, but now they call her the miracle child.
6 or 7 months back, the doctors that she was working with were saying that she would remain in this semi-vegetative state and that she wouldn't be able to interact like she is now.
Oh, we talked about swimming, huh? Swimming? Look at that smile. You want to go swimming? Look at that smile.
A place like South Davis is essential. Without it, we wouldn't have a place for kids like Karen. And I think that especially with the services that they can offer here, it's not just the nurses that come in and make sure that she's getting her food and that the medicine that she takes is appropriately given, but it's the therapies. It's the music therapist that comes in and sings songs to Karen. It's her teachers who can bring her in here and she can have some social interaction with kids and get some education as well.
Dr. Murphy says Karen is getting better.
Yeah, on Karen, yeah, Karen's fun.
Right? Do you change all the time? Yeah, every day. Are you getting better?
She's a unique and special girl, and she hasn't chosen the life that she has, but I think that hopefully we'll just see her progress even more and have her live a healthy and productive life, however it may look. It may not look like my life, but it's a good life for her right now, so.
Yellow. Good girl.
Smart, Karen.
When Robert Watson was a baby, his mom would sing the song when Robert couldn't sleep. But now Robert is 18, and she hopes the song will help Robert remember who he is and who she is. But she doesn't know what he remembers about anything, especially that day a few months ago.
Now news at the top of the hour. The Utah Highway Patrol is investigating the cause of a deadly crash near the mouth of Sardine.
In February, Robert and his friend were driving down a highway near their town.
Patrolmen say a Ryder rental truck crossed over the highway median.
The truck drove across the center of the highway and hit their car. Robert's friend died. Robert had brain damage and went into a coma.
Open your mouth, Robert. Open your mouth. Come on, Robert, open your mouth.
Robert's dad and mom squeeze into the room he shares with another patient at South Davis almost every single day. It seems like every week they see Robert do little things that give them more hope he'll get better. There are lots more stories about the kids, but now I want to talk about the hospital. You can probably see that it's very crowded. The rooms are pretty small, and you really can't be alone when you need to be.
It is kind of difficult. We have taken up every little inch that is available and then some.
There are kids that live here full-time. This is their home, and it would be nice to have it set up more like a home for them.
The opportunities for families to room in, to be present, the more hands-on they have in their child's care, the more confidence they have in taking care of them when they're at home.
South Davis is one of the only hospitals that can do the things that they do here, and so because of that, there's only a limited amount of space, and unfortunately there are a lot of kids that have similar injuries to Karen.
Everyone here loves their work and the children, but it doesn't seem like this part of the hospital was built for kids. And there are families who spend so much time here. This is the part of the story I really like because there are plans to make the hospital bigger and better.
The expansion is just amazing. Everything would be built around the children, and it would have the main therapy room in the middle. It would have all of the different rooms. It would have more private rooms.
And more windows and sunshine and bright colors and places to put some toys and teddy bears and things that make kids feel better when they're sick for a long time. It really will be amazing.
There is a real negative connotation that is so contrary to everything we do here.
Good morning, Miss Kayla.
We are looking at kids who have lifelong conditions. Success is not equated with cure. We're not looking to make it all go away. What we're looking for is adapting to current situations. We're inspired by folks who can overcome a curb in a wheelchair. That's a big deal. That's what keeps us going. That's where we see it.
Are your legs ready for kick? There they go. Good job.
I know that sometimes bad things can happen to kids, and that we may not be perfect like others we see around us. But I just try to remember that when the rain stops and the dark clouds go away, that the sun shines on everything and everyone.
We got caught snuggling. We got caught snuggling, didn't we?